Guys, it's the Tuesday podcast, and I have to tell you that we were.
This is a PG one.
Yeah, we were just on tour, and we were. Kat was listening to a podcast, and when I'm on the road, I listen to a lot of podcasts in the car, like on family trips, and you can subscribe to a lot of podcasts for a very little bit amount of money, not having skipping like ads and stuff. Anyways, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, where we have bonus episodes. We're going to be taping one, recording one very soon. But otherwise, you can listen to it here. And we just got back from tour, and the West Coast, Portland, Seattle, and Vancouver were amazing.
I can't even. And we have more coming up in the end of November, beginning of December. Albany, York. I should do Albany, Stanford, and York in that order. Holy cow. It's like we finally found our genre. Not that we found our genre. We have found what y'all want. And it is...
And it's something you need, and it's something that you've needed for a long time. But I have to say, and a lot of people are still, you can still see in the VIP when we meet them, that they're still feeling a sense of like, even the COVID effects of being stuck inside are still there. So many of them have not been out since. And the need to release and just relax. And life is so hard and so heavy, and there's so much going on.
People flew in from places. People met their friends all over.
Oh my gosh. It's just, it's a night that women need, and we are here for it.
Men, apparently.
And guys, we have a new genre. You know what? I should get I should get my son's coaches. I swear there's that boy, that age guy is such a genre. And also it's November, so they all have mustaches. So yesterday I was picking up TJ from hockey, and I was talking to a bunch of the moms. They're like, oh, how was your shows? And I was like, it's so funny. There was these young guys there. They both had mustaches. Our sons come off the ice, and all these like mid-20 guys get on the ice. Like, they look there. They are all identical to each other.
They were our biggest fans in the audience. It's like we were at a football game.
I swear.
Amongst a bunch of women.
They were so entertained.
Yeah.
They were laughing out loud.
I know.
Dancing.
You could hear them. You could hear their deep voices.
They were so cute. Oh my God.
They were really cute.
And they were of age. So it's not like,
They were over age.
And there was time.
I mean, I was not attracted to them.
No.
No, that's not when you say of age. It's
I just mean like, it's not like we had little boys there. But, there was some conversation happening between like the girls behind, the girls beside. Because, some women like young guys, like young, fresh guys. So anyways.
I like that we call them fresh.
But guys, we're heading into the holidays coming up soon. We're just saying that November is going to go by so fast. We're doing our
I actually woke up and I was like, it is. Because
it's Christmas.
Yeah. Because we have 2 weeks until, like,
I know.
Back in the day, I would have been Christmas shopping as of right now, like thinking about, because I would have known what all my kids want. They would have been like little toys. Now they're basically like, I feel like I'm at a wedding and I have to get them like gifts that are for weddings, and like they're so expensive that I'm like, this is what you give people who are grown-ups, not children.
It's kind of the way I felt how Halloween came and went. Like, it used to be such a big deal, and then it was just like there it was, and then it was over.
There it was, and then it was done.
When your kids are little, you feel like things are so big, and then you just kind of ease into them. You're still having a great time, but it's like it's a little bit less stressful. You don't think about it, you don't prepare. Life is so busy. Our poor little babies, they'll never have the experience that our older kids had. Like the build up, the wake up.
I mean, if you think about, my kids have done a very good job at hiding that thing that is from the little one. And whether she knows or doesn't know, she doesn't want to know. So
does your eldest.
She is very aware, and she can't wait to burst the bubble for her sister. She is waiting, dying to tell her. She's like, can I tell her yet? Can I tell her yet?
I hate to break it to the older siblings, but you're not going to be the one to tell. And if you think you are, they already know.
So we have kept it like this long. And she's asking for Taylor Swift tickets, and she's going to be very disappointed when Santa can't pull that out for her.
I mean, our kids have always asked for things kids ask for things all the time they can't get, right?
I mean,
it's just one of the many.
Well, she doesn't ask for much, and she doesn't ask for a lot. Like, she has no wish list. Like, she's not like, I want an iPhone, I want an iPad. She doesn't have that. She doesn't really want for much, that one. My older one, she's got a PowerPoint presentation. But the little one, and so I think she's like, what? That's all I want.
I know.
For Christmas is Taylor.
And then you have to teach about the value of $1 and how much things cost.
With Santa.
Sad, but true. Yeah.
Well, Santa can't make a ticket.
He can't?
No.
No, you can't make a ticket.
An elf can make a ticket?
I mean, I think people think that they get tickets from Santa.
Well, stop it immediately.
Immediately. Only toys.
If you don't want a toy, Santa's over.
I don't know. I mean, we really wanted to give them an experience, but we couldn't afford it. That was going to be what we were going to do.
I know. You know, it is an interesting like conversation of how you keep your kids grounded, because I feel like I was saying to someone recently with TAP and with not having like money, they really don't know what it feels like to watch it exit your hand. There's something about having money exit your hand. And this whole TAP culture and e-transfer and credit card, like not even pull credit card out, but use your face and touch the thing.
Yeah.
It feels like, how do you teach them this feeling of it actually is terrible to watch money go out?
I know. I think like, I mean, for the way I really learned was, online banking was a thing.
Yeah.
When I was younger and starting to make money and stuff. So I would check my account all the time. And I remember I'd go to the bank machine and I would take out cash. And I always remember looking at the balance and seeing sometimes like 18 cents or $3.
Oh, so you have to go into overdrive.
No, like I would just check my balance and there was often nothing left,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is, and then it's like, how do you teach them to give back and like understand the importance of giving back?
Yeah. It is a really crazy time. And I'm thinking about how
to make our kids want to make sure that they give back and that they're not like 100% just taking.
I don't know. Are we going to get to a point maybe that like, I mean, maybe Chloe and TJ are too young, but to like have a conversation like, and just be like, do you guys just, because I know that we don't want to not give them presents because it's part of the tradition, waking up and having presents under the tree, like all of that. I get it.
We really screwed ourselves with that one.
But do we get to a point where maybe we have a conversation like how do we make this stop? Because and then you go buy it all and you say you're done and then you go and buy more. And I don't like the abundance is gross.
I totally agree with you.
So what do we do?
Okay. I think there's two things here.
Okay.
Number one,
guys, this is going to be a really helpful conversation for all of us heading into the holidays. So let's talk about this.
I think that number one, for some people, it's an important gifting it's a love language. And I think we have husbands who have gifting as a love language, and that is what they grew up with. And I think that they see that as something important to them. I know you and I both have.
No, we both don't.
No, but your husband and my husband definitely have their family, like very generous.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're like, now they don't like, it's something that they expect and they're okay with. For us, it's like, well, why? Like the kids get everything they need all year long.
Our kids definitely get everything they need.
So it's like,
I know.
Like you're not coveting anything.
And I feel like it makes so much garbage, so many boxes, so much mess. There's so many things that kind of go against, I think
against how we feel about life. Yeah, no, Nat, I'm right there with you.
That's why I love the idea of saying, hey kids, like here's one gift to open and then we go on
one
a trip
book to read.
But well, actually it was really fun. TJ actually asked me for a set of books for Christmas and I was like, yes, write that down. He's the only one who asks for anything these days. And one of them is those pills. Guys, you can get them on Amazon and it makes everything that you eat sweet taste sour and everything that's sour is sweet. They're like $2.
I love my daughter. They don't work. Yeah. Natalie, they don't work.
I know. I was like, Chloe, I bought them. They work.
They work, Chloe.
They do work.
No, they don't. They fought over it. No, they don't. Yes,
I thought
they do.
I'll have to, you know what? I'm not going to buy her those for Christmas.
It was the most hilarious. I don't think she even knows what you're talking about. That she hasn't had them before. I'm like, Chloe, let Natalie get her those things. And TJ wants them. Don't be a party pooper on her.
I'm going to get them for her and she's going to be blown away.
And eat that's what you guys say.
Yeah, we're going to have it. It's kind of like doing drugs. I feel like it's altering.
And your husband likes gifts. Oh, bye.
We can just do this, right?
Yeah.
He likes gifts.
Like you have to give him one, you won't be sad.
He won't be sad. He doesn't really care. He doesn't, you know, when you like open presents,
he's like, thanks.
I'm like, Mark, you haven't even opened into your presents. I don't know. He's not really actually into getting them.
Oh my God, we're getting old.
Yeah.
I feel like older people are like, I just want your present. I always want you to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Just be happy.
Mm-hmm.
No, I need to get a list.
Mm.
I think if I can find things I want.
I know, right? I only want one thing.
What?
I just want nice bubble bath.
Yeah.
It's boring, not salts. I want the bubbles so I don't see
your pubes.
Yeah. I don't want to see.
I taught Natalie one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just love lovely bubble bath. People find that so boring. And honestly, one of the ones I love is, they actually sell it in the dollar store.
Oh.
And my daughter was in the dollar store and she's like, they sell it here because my mom had bought it for me on Amazon and I like it. And Taylor saw the dollar store. So she bought me some. I'm like, I love this.
You know, one thing I think that is really fun is I got to get my kids to start getting each other gifts because I think that's really fun to see when you have a budget and you get to go find them something.
Yeah.
And then you give it to them and they really love it.
I feel like my kids used to do that and we've taken some years off. I guess life has gotten crazy.
Yeah. I'm going to get them, like Olivia can go shopping on her own now. I can take Max to go out and find them something.
Oh, Taylor does my shopping for me, but she does it for me.
Yeah. I think that might be something that I'm going to bring back because then they understand that when you transition from, because also them waking up, it's not as exciting. Like they lose the like, oh my God, they sleep in. They're like, okay, I'll roll down and get, oh wow, thank you. And then it's over. So I think that if you can transition from the getting to the gifting, it can be really fun to watch people open things they really wanted.
You know, I mean, off the top of my head, without thinking too hard, like, I think everybody loves giving gifts. Does everybody love it as much as everybody loves it? Like, I much prefer giving than getting. Do some people like not really care about giving presents?
Yeah, I think so.
They don't really get any. They're like, oh, I spent that money. Where's mine?
Yeah. And I think some people like Olivia loves getting presents for people, like loves it and wants to spend her own money to do it.
It's so much more fun giving.
And now with all the online like donations for parties, I really think it's important for kids to understand you buy something that you want and you give it to someone else who really wants it too. And then they're like so happy. And then you're like, wow, I'm so happy that I got that for them. And you see their excitement on it. And then I think you understand how fun gifting can be,
is, yes.
not just getting.
Oh, so much better.
And the excess of Black Friday and like just all the excess that they get during that time is so much.
Yeah. I'm going to have a conversation with my kids the next time we're all in the same house.
You say this all the time.
No, I know, but I'm serious this time.
You're like, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do this.
I know.
And I'm going to have this conversation.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell them that we don't celebrate Christmas in our house.
What would be your dream?
Well, I have to think of that actually. And my dream would literally be like everybody gets a gift and we get to go away on a trip. It's just so expensive. And because I really think most of them would be like, I would appreciate that more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Than junk. And I end up throwing out so many of the stupid things I buy them.
I know.
But an amazing mother said, your daughter was in my house. She was coveting this thing and she sent me the link. She said, here's a great one for Christmas. And it was so ironic because my daughter had bought herself flowers that day. And now I know why.
Because she was at the house.
And she saw that thing and it wasn't real flowers or it wasn't actual flowers, but she was like, this is beautiful, you know? So I'm like, sweet, an actual thing that she's not expecting. Don't tell her if you're listening. And I have the link to it and I can buy it and I can be prepared. And I know she's going to be like, oh, how'd you know? Because she didn't tell me about it.
Wow.
That's a good one, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
My daughter has a list for days and days. And then more days.
Like, what would your daughter be like if you were like, you can either get a whole bunch of gifts or you can get like 2 things under the tree and we can go to New York for the weekend.
She'd take that.
Yeah. I think they all would.
She actually really is a very reasonable person and feels bad when you get her something that she really wants. And then it's like, I'm like, you need to work that shit out because you can't feel guilty about what you just asked for. Like if you wanted it, you wanted it. But her list is fucking ridiculous.
That's funny. She already has it going? Okay.
PowerPoint.
Yeah.
A PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Max wants 3 things.
What is it? Help us out. Give us some ideas.
Pair of shoes.
Ooh, specific ones?
Yeah, Nike Air, like whatever.
A specific one though he's coveting?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't really get involved. A steering wheel. like a different one.
For the gaming.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm going like an Amazon gift card.
Perfect. What do they buy on Amazon?
Who the fuck knows? Do I care? No. I don't think he knows how to do it. He'd be like, okay, I'm going to buy that. Okay. He doesn't even really shop. I don't know. He's a funny kid. I don't know what he wants. Like, you know what? I don't know what that kid wants.
I know.
He likes books.
Yeah. That's a great gift. I think that's a great gift because it's good for you.
How boring. Here's your books.
But it's not when they want it.
That's
and
true.
They're excited about it, you know? Like books are a great gift because it's something you actually don't feel shitty about buying them.
You don't feel shitty about buying them.
The holidays, you know, it's going to be okay.
I feel great about them.
Yeah.
I don't find them relaxing, but I feel great about them. I actually love that we have sort of a week off before we start the holidays because we have our show in Toronto. And if you don't know what that one is, let me tell you, these shows coming up in December / end of November are sort of like your own holiday party that you have to do no work for.
Yes.
It's like you get to show up and have fun. Bring your coworkers, bring your crew and celebrate yourselves. And it's enough time to recuperate until
the holidays. And when I was talking with some of the hockey moms yesterday, like, oh my gosh, like we should do a night out and I'll organize and all of us will go. And everyone thinks it's a good idea. Sometimes it just takes one person to be the organizer
and send the link.
Send the link.
I know a lot of them are almost sold out, but I think Albany is going to be really fun. I think Stamford's going to be really fun. That's like Shishi, right? Connecticut, Shishi, like overall.
Well, no, there's lots of cities in Connecticut, but yes, I'm sure it's Shishi. That's where
they're going to be.
Mark lived.
They're going to be steamrolled.
What does that mean?
I mean,
we're going to steamroll them.
We're going to roll in. They're like, what the hell happened to Stanford?
Yeah,
it's going to be like the top of the town.
I think Stanford is out for a good time.
Well, they're going to have it.
Yes, they are.
Better get ready to receive it.
Yeah.
I heard something play on the radio today.
What'd you hear?
It was, I feel like you can relate to this, but not really. It was our local radio hosts who were talking about food and imagining someone else eating it and not being able to finish it just with the thought of it being someone else's food.
Yeah. My kids are like that. Your kids are probably like that too, right?
Well, no one touched it. It was just someone else's food.
Oh.
And it was brought home to him, Roz.
Yeah.
He was like, I had to throw it out. It made me barf thinking it was like, all I pictured was someone else's mouth going on it.
But it was brought home specifically for him?
Like it was a leftover one. Like, oh, it's like this, like, when the coffees are there and they're like, oh, this one, no one picked this up. Do you want it?
Oh.
He couldn't handle it.
Right. Because it wasn't made for him.
It's like every time I put it in my mouth.
I kept thinking it was made for someone else. That's kind of funny.
And then Maury's like, it gets easier.
That's funny.
It was very clever.
Yeah.
It was really funny. They're a local radio host and they talk about nothing.
Yep.
But people love when you talk about nothing because it sounds like you're in on a conversation.
Oh my gosh. It's like you're just getting peeped into like two friends having a conversation about the weirdest things that go on in their life and all the details.
It is really weird that it is the Seinfelds.
Yeah.
Right? You talk about nothing all day?
Yeah. Yes. Seinfeld is a show about nothing.
That's wild.
But I have to say my favorite thing on like in a public place is to listen to what people are talking to about each other. And I don't even care if it's so boring. I just think like you two are in some sort of relationship, whether you're coworkers or you're, siblings, or whatever. What do you two choose to talk about with your time? And I rarely find it like really boring. It's funny because I was talking to someone on our team and they were like, I have no interest in what other people have to say or listening to their conversations. I don't even want to ask anyone I meet anything about them.
I know exactly who that was.
Yeah.
Hassan.
Yes. He's like, I find talking to people the most fascinating thing. And I was like, I think that if you talk to people, you're assuming they're going to bore you. You'd be surprised when you give someone the mic, not the actual mic, but what they might tell you and how interesting it can be and what you can learn. Because he learns a lot from books.
Well, I find it fascinating the amount of people that have out loud conversations. And they should be private and they're not. And they are talking like they want the world to hear.
Yes.
But they have AirPods in and they're like, oh my God, you even told me I was naked. I was, if he doesn't do,
if he doesn't want to touch you without your clothes on, then something's wrong there.
Out loud.
She was alone on the train. And I was just thinking about the young girl that was sitting beside her and then the family that was sitting in front of her, the teenage boys. And they heard that too. And I saw them look at their parents and I looked at them and I was like, oh my gosh, she didn't give a flying fuck.
I see so many people walk around and have out loud conversations. Oh, also when you're in your car, I don't think our car's like this.
I know what you mean.
You can, at the stoplight, you can hear the whole conversation.
Like if you're talking like through the TV, through the Bluetooth, which is yet another reason why I refuse to connect to my phone so often.
Be very careful of drop off and pick up because they are hearing.
You can hear it.
That conversation.
And, side note, I have driven by a car 2 times and picked up their conversation in my car. And one was my mother-in-law.
Via Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could hear my mother-in-law on the phone.
Oh my God.
I know. And I was like, I could hear you. I picked up your conversation. It's been 2 times. And that's not like 10 years ago. That's this year.
Oh my God.
I picked up Mark's. It's like connected.
Yeah, because they're too close and their phone's already been connected. So now you have it again.
That's freaky, right?
Ooh.
I remember back in the day when I had one of those telephones that has an antenna and I would pick up conversations of neighbors and I would just sit there in just the right spot because you don't want to get it crinkly. And I would just listen to their conversation.
We had a party line when I was really little at my cottage. So the whole shore shared a phone line. So if someone was on it, you could hear their conversation. You'd pick it up and see if anyone was on it.
I don't get it.
There was 10, because the cottages are really old.
Yeah.
So it was a party line. So all of you were on the same, you all had the same phone number.
So if the phone rings, who picks up?
Everybody.
Wow. It sounds familiar, but I can't remember.
So you could pick up, and if you were really quiet, you could hear someone's conversation. And that was such an old pastime. What
if you picked up and it was a different neighbor calling for a different neighbor? How do you then?
You have to oh, sorry. And then you hang up.
Oh.
But we would never say sorry. We'd be like this. What are they talking about? We were so little and we just sit and crouch under them.
Oh my gosh. So good.
Yeah. Listening to other people's, being a voyeur.
I know this relationship back in the day where the husband would never let the wife talk to anyone, including her children, on the phone unless he was on the phone listening.
Well, I'm going to call that a problem. You still know them?
Well, they're dead.
All of them?
The 2 of them.
Wow, we need more on that.
I bet it was kind of common back in the day when a woman was just she was just supposed to.
How old are they?
Now, 120.
How do you know them? 120.
They're someone's grandparents.
Wow.
Yeah, really weird. When I heard it, I was like, that's really weird.
You heard it when they were alive?
I heard that's how they did it. That's how it worked.
That is called
not even their own children.
That's called trust issues. I would be curious about what really went on. I wonder if there's letters. You know who writes me letters all the time?
Chloe?
Dear Mommy, I love you so much. And I missed you so much. And you're not here to hear this. But you're my best mom.
Oh, no. Oh, the best mom.
You're my best mom.
Right.
There's multiple.
Yes. I've got 10, but you're my favorite.
You are my best mom.
Yeah.
And then she made me a confetti cannon.
How? Could she make them for us?
She made a cylinder and then covered them and then cut up little pieces all by herself.
Amazing.
And then made a string to pull it out.
Oh, wow. Speaking of letters, it's kind of crazy back in the day, in the old times when people went off to war and they would write letters back and forth and that's how they communicated. Well, I do have to tell you that my family member of mine kept every single one of those letters and turned it into a book. And the people writing letters were really, really, really good writers. And it is just...
Imagine we kept emails. Or DMs. Yo, thought, what, 416,
BWD, let's go.
GBT.
LOL.
Oh my God. We're an embarrassment to the establishment.
And they had such beautiful handwriting.
Oh yeah, no more.
And they were so romantic back in the day.
Yeah, because you had to write your
words. And you had a distance. I mean, think of it how romantic it would be if we were in a long distance relationship.
Yeah. Show me your Send me a
yeah. No, but if all we could do was right, we would miss them. We'd fantasize and make them out to be people they really aren't. Like way better than they are. Ooh. Like that, we would make them out to be Travis Kelce about it.
Let's go back to that day. I hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you next week.